me. Baby, I must go. Tell me over and over and over again, my friend.
Ever find yourself humming a protest anthem and wondering why its creator never hit those heights again? In 1965, the airwaves crackled with songs powerful enough to spark controversy. Dance crazes wild enough to fill gymnasiums, and melodies so haunting they lingered long after the record stopped spinning.
Lupe lives in a very bad part of town.
But just as suddenly as these tunes exploded onto the charts, their makers vanished into obscurity. Today on Rock Inferno, we're peeling back the curtain on 15 one-hit wonders from 1965. Tracks that burned bright, then flickered out. You'll hear about last-minute studio tricks, radio bans, legal battles over songwriting credits, and even the odd scandal that derailed an entire career. Buckle up, because each section reveals something you never knew, and each ending hints at an even bigger twist waiting just around the corner. 1. Eve of Destruction, Barry McGuire.
Don't believe we're on the eve of destruction.
Imagine a single take in a Hollywood studio capturing the fear and fury of an era. That's exactly what happened when folk singer Barry McGuire recorded Eve of Destruction in one raw session.
It knows no regulation, and a handful of senators can't pass legislation.
Propelled by songwriter P.F. Sloan's urgent lyrics about war, civil rights, and nuclear annihilation. Within days, the track shot to #1 on the Billboard Hot 100, but not before powerful radio stations in both the US and the UK pulled it from the air, labeling it subversive and too political.
The Jordan River has bodies floating, but you tell me
McGuire rode that wildfire to sudden fame, gracing magazine covers and TV shows, then found himself boxed in by the controversy. Listeners loved the anger. The industry recoiled at the message.
Bury your dead, but don't leave a trace. Hate your next door neighbor, but don't.
And by the end of 1965, McGuire's follow-up singles barely registered on the charts. 2. Land of a Thousand Dances, Cannibal and the Headhunters. Out of East LA's vibrant garage rock scene came Land of a Thousand Dances, a cover fueled by pure adrenaline. Nobody planned the iconic na 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 hook. It was a happy accident when singer Frankie Cannibal Garcia ad-libbed between verses. Released in July, the single climbed to number 30, earning the group a slot opening for the Beatles' 65 tour. For one electric summer, Cannibal and the Headhunters owned dance floors from LA to New York. But fame proved fickle. Internal tensions, minimal label support, and an inability to recapture that spontaneous spark all led to their quiet fade out by year's end. 3. Keep on Dancing, the Gentrys. What if you had only one perfect take, and it was too short for radio? That was the dilemma facing Memphis's 7-piece The Gentrys. Instead of re-recording, studio engineers looped the entire performance, stitching the end back to the top for a second pass. The result? A hypnotic 2.5-minute groove that sprinted to number 4 and became a summer staple. Audiences couldn't get enough, but behind the scenes, the band struggled to write fresh material. As dance crazes shifted and guitar bands pushed new sounds, the Gentrys stayed stuck on their own loop. Vanishing from the top 40 almost as quickly as they arrived. 4. Liar, Liar, the Castaways. falsetto shout that cut straight to the heart, "Liar, liar," exploded out of Minneapolis, with Robert Folshow's spine-tingling vocals riding a raw, drum-heavy groove. The single hit number 12 and found new life in the Nuggets anthology decades later. But back in '65, the Castaways ran headlong into the classic one-hit wonder trap. A local studio gig, no major label backing, and little money for promotion. Before they could capitalize on the runaway success, the group disbanded to pursue day jobs, leaving Liar, Liar as their only lasting legacy. 5. The Jerk, the Larks' doo-wop, met dance craze in The Jerk. A song you can practically feel in your bones. The Larks, a tight harmonizing quartet from Pennsylvania, rode that title all the way to number 5, becoming one of the first acts to literally name-check a dance move. But as jukeboxes shifted to soul and British invasion imports flooded the market, The Jerk felt like yesterday's news by November. No follow-up, no reinvention, just one dance craze immortalized and then gone. 6. Concrete and Clay, Unit 4+2.
Begins to crumble, but love will never die, because we'll see the mountains tumble.
On paper, jazz-inflected pop wasn't destined for mass appeal. Yet Unit 4+2's smooth blend of acoustic guitar and brushed percussion topped the UK charts and even cracked number 28 in America. A US cover by Eddie Rambeau sparked a bizarre battle over radio spins.
Begins to crumble, but love will never die, because we'll see.
Two versions of the same song jockeying for airtime in different regions. That fight burned bright for a few weeks before both acts ran out of steam, and the original band quietly dissolved amid legal wrangling over royalties. 7. Hang on, Sloopy, the McCoys. Every college football game in Ohio still roars, "Hang on, Sloopy," as its anthem. But back in '65, the McCoys were just another garage band. Songwriters Burt Burns and Wes Farrell crafted this frat-friendly earworm, and frontman Rick Derringer delivered it with fiery gusto, sending it to number 1. For a moment, everyone was Sloopy, but as Derringer pursued solo projects and the rest of the band lacked direction, the group never recaptured that chemistry. Today, the song lives on in stadiums, and the McCoys are remembered only for that one raucous ride.
Hang on, Sloopy, Sloopy, hang on.
8. The Game of Love, Wayne Fontana and the Mindbenders.
I'm a man into love, a woman, and a purpose I'm a woman into.
A swirl of twangy guitar and hand claps carried The Game of Love to number 2 in the US, its catchy refrain echoing in teens' bedrooms nationwide.
Come on, baby, let's play the game of love.
But lead singer Wayne Fontana had bigger solo ambitions. He walked off stage mid-tour in late '65, leaving the Mindbenders to soldier on without him. The band rebranded, Fontana faltered in his solo attempt, and both acts never again cracked the top 40. 9. The Birds and the Bees, Jewel Akins, with its breezy, honey-sweet melody.
Let me tell you about the stars in the sky, and a girl and a guy.
The Birds and the Bees felt like sunshine bottled into vinyl. Akins' smooth vocals carried it to number 3, but his biggest misstep came after the charts cooled. He sold his songwriting rights for a quick $400, believing the tune would never amount to much.
Big brown eyes, it's so very plain to see.
As the jukebox quarters rolled in for other artists' covers, Akins watched his windfall vanish, along with any shot at another hit.
Let me tell you about the birds and the bees and the flowers and the trees.
10. Everyone's Gone to the Moon, Jonathan King. A 19-year-old British schoolboy, Jonathan King struck gold with this atmospheric pop ballad. Its haunting piano motif and echo chamber vocals made it to number 17 in America. Yet King's later career unraveled amid scandal, legal battles, and allegations that obliterated any chance of musical redemption. What remains is a ghostly snapshot of hopeful youth, forever trapped in that lunar refrain. "11. A Lover's Concerto, The Toys."
How gentle is the rain that falls softly on the
Baroque pop had never sounded so graceful. The Toys borrowed Johann Sebastian Bach's Minuet in G minor, added Motown-style harmonies, and crafted A Lover's Concerto,
Baby, shall we try? It's placed upon the
which reached
bed.
2 on the Hot 100 despite its unconventional three-quarter time. But studio pressure and internal disagreements led the group to split before they could deliver a worthy second single. Their masterpiece stayed their masterpiece and nothing more. 12. Baby, the Rain Must Fall, Glenn Yarbrough.
Wherever my heart leads me, baby, I must go.
Known mostly as the gentle voice of folk group The Limelighters, Glenn Yarbrough stepped into solo territory with the title track for the Robert Mulligan film, Baby, the Rain Must Fall.
I'm a mountain, some men swim the sea.
The song's wistful lyrics and warm acoustic arrangement nudged it to number 12. But Yarbrough's old-school folk sensibilities clashed with the rock-driven shifts of late 60s pop. He remained a beloved performer on the folk circuit, but never again saw that kind of chart success.
But baby, the rain must fall. Baby, the wind must blow.
13. The Entertainer, Tony Clark.
You're the entertainer, the entertainer, you're the entertainer.
You've heard it drifting through movie scenes and TV montages, a jaunty ragtime piano piece that somehow felt modern in 1965. Tony Clark's The Entertainer peaked at number 19, riding the nostalgia wave for Scott Joplin's turn-of-the-century melodies.
Walk in style and don't forget to smile. Though your heart tells you frown, you can't.
Yet as rock bands embrace louder guitars and multi-track experimentation, instrumental piano novelties like Clark's simply fell out of fashion, leaving him stranded on the chart's fringe.
Girl has gone, but you got to go on when you're the entertainer.
14. Cast Your Fate to the Wind, sounds orchestral. When a studio ensemble won a Grammy for Best Instrumental Theme, you'd expect more hits to follow. Instead, sounds orchestral dissolved back into session work. Their breezy flute and strings arrangement of Cast Your Fate to the Wind soared to number 10, capturing listeners with its optimistic sway. Yet the collective never regrouped for another single, leaving this orchestral gem as their lone claim to fame. "15. Don't Think Twice, The Wonder Who." Here's a twist. That quietly soulful cover of Bob Dylan's Don't Think Twice, It's All Right was actually the Four Seasons under a pseudonym. Using lower registers and understated backing, they transformed Dylan's folk lament into a number 12 pop hit. But by the time The Roost came out, radio programmers and fans were confused, and the novelty wore off. Neither The Wonder Who nor the real Four Seasons managed another charting single under that alias.
You treated me unkind.
These 15 tracks share one thread, a flash of brilliance sealed in a single record, then swallowed by shifting trends, legal battles, or creative crossroads. From banned protest songs to accidental dance floor anthems, each artist lit up 1965 for a moment before slipping off the map. Which story surprised you the most? Drop your pick in the comments below and let us know if we missed any forgotten gems. If you've enjoyed this deep dive into vinyl's hidden corners, make sure to subscribe to Rock Inferno and ring that bell. You won't want to miss our next journey through the songs that shook the world and then quietly faded away.
Very bad part of town.